Welcome back to Bold Radio. I'm your host, John McLeese. Sometimes in life, you just need some good advice. No one is an expert at everything. That's why we're proud to present the Bold Radio Expert Series, where we welcome a qualified and experienced individual to offer sound advice on an aspect of running a business. Our guest today is Bill Coulter, business development professional with Yes Winnipeg. Yes Winnipeg is an initiative of Economic Development Winnipeg, whose mission is to grow and strengthen Winnipeg's economy by assisting in the creation and retention of jobs and by identifying opportunities that attract capital investment. Yes, Winnipeg is able to accomplish this goal by attracting new companies to Winnipeg, assisting entrepreneurs in bringing their ideas to life, and helping existing businesses expand. Consistently, a great new business idea is born. But before a business idea can get off the ground, the idea needs support, resources, and especially capital. We're pleased to be joined today by Bill Coulter to talk about launching these business ideas. Bill, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you here. What avenues are there available for prospective business owners in Winnipeg to access capital?
Well, there are a variety of public and private sources of capital that entrepreneurs or businesses can tap into. On the private side, you've got your traditional lending institutions such as your banks and your credit unions, and you've also got your third-party investors, which could be angels or institutional investors. On the public side, there are multiple agencies and a number of government programs, depending on the industry and the type of business, that are available for entrepreneurs. On the agency side, there are places like the Business Development Bank of Canada, which can offer loans or investment, advisory services. They focus on small and medium-sized enterprises. For Export Development Canada, they offer export assistance. So that can be in terms of AR guarantees, that can be in the term of financing, or a number of other services. Additionally, there can be the Women's Enterprise Center. So for organizations that are controlled 50% or more by females, there's opportunities for loans and mentoring and guidance and programming on that end. And for Aboriginal entrepreneurs, there are a number of funding or support organizations such as the Métis Economic Development Fund and Louis Riel Capital Corporation, First Peoples Economic Growth Fund, and so on. So
there sounds like to be so many different aspects for funds and capital available depending on your background, depending on your idea. How do you find all these ideas or locations for capital?
Well, it really comes down to what, Yes Winnipeg, that's what we do. Is we help connect our clients in with the entities and organizations that can help clients find what they need, and if one of the needs are financing, so be it. There are obviously all of these organizations and entities have their websites and their access portals as well.
Is it common, Bill, for business owners to tap their personal network, whether it's family or friends or other entrepreneurs, colleagues, for startup funds?
Typically, yes. Generally, an entrepreneur, it's called bootstrapping. And a lot of entrepreneurs, when they're starting their business or have an idea. Bootstrapping. So that means basically pulling yourself up by your boots and you're funding it yourself. So it's yourself, it's friends and family, wherever they can source initial capital to do whatever it is, whether it's research or development or prototype or whatever the case might be. Once they get to that point and they've sort of got the business growing a little bit, that's where they look to tap into external sources. And that could be, again, your traditional banks, that could be your third-party investors especially, but also the financial institutions really want to see that the entrepreneur has some skin in the game and has some investments. So therefore, having your own money invested in the business shows you're committed, and then it allows for the next step.
Well, you talked about bootstrapping, which is really self-funding your idea. What about the term angel investing? Tell us what that means.
Angels are high net worth individuals. They typically invest in early stage companies where people or entrepreneurs may not be able to access funds through traditional sources. There are networks in Winnipeg and throughout Canada of angel networks where will be a group of angels that'll view deals and maybe potentially work together or work individually on funding or providing investment into these businesses. A couple of programs that do exist in Manitoba are the Small Business Venture Capital Tax Credit Program. So Manitoba-based investors who invest in Manitoba companies can earn a 45% tax credit on their investments. So it's a fantastic program that the province offers. An additional program through the province is a Sidecar Fund. And essentially, if there is a business that has a third-party investor, but they're still not all the way to the top in terms of what they need, the Sidecar Fund, the province through the Sidecar Fund, can provide some assistance in terms of investing at the same terms as the third-party investor. So they're actually taking an equity stake in the business.
There just seems to be so many avenues for somebody to get started in a business. And it sounds like, yes, Winnipeg can help those individuals kind of navigate through some of those to find out which ones are best suited for their business. Let's talk a little bit about this whole notion of crowdfunding. What is crowdfunding first for those that don't understand that? And is it an effective way to raise capital for today's business startup?
Certainly. Basic crowdfunding is the process whereby an entrepreneur or a business will look at funding sort of a well-defined singular project that by raising contributions, usually small contributions by a number of investors. And really it'll be for typically through the internet or through social media. And increasingly this is becoming common through technology or the media industries. That could be music, film, video game development, things like that.
We're talking to Bill Coulter, business development professional with Yes Winnipeg. Bill, what support networks are available to new business owners?
A number of organizations throughout Winnipeg, including Entrepreneurship Manitoba, the World Trade Center with their Business Information Center, Innovation Alley, Manitoba Technology Accelerator, Eureka Project, Innovate Manitoba, and Yes Winnipeg. And we look to work with our clients to identify job-creating projects that they're working on. We identify with them what are the key decision criteria and help them through facilitation and project management to connect with the entities and organizations they need to make their decision to move forward with their project in Winnipeg. One thing we do have as a no-fee service provider is that we maintain a roster of investors who are willing to look at projects that we put forward on behalf of our clients.
You want to start a business in Winnipeg, you should be talking with an expert like Yes Winnipeg. Bill Coulter, business development professional. Thanks for joining us today, Bill.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
It's Bold Radio.